Hello, everyone. Good evening. This is Life Issue, and my name is Blessing. Thank you so much for coming to our channel today, where we'll be talking about a lot of, a lot of stories and things that we want to talk about today. All right. So with me today is my very good friend, and he's going to introduce himself. And I just wanted to bring someone that can actually have this discussion with me. I did promise you guys that this year I'll be having a lot of people come to our show, and they will be talking about a lot of issues that is going around in Nigeria. So I want you guys to join me as we talk about different issues that is linked to our country, to the world in general. Thank you so much. Join us. All right, guys. So I'm going to start with asking my guest to introduce himself. Now, before he even does that, I'm going to introduce him a little bit. He does have his own YouTube channel. So please, as he's talking, if you like what he's saying, if you want to be part of his fan base, please join his YouTube page. I love his page. He's always saying it the way it is. So let's start. Can you introduce yourself to our audience?
Yeah, thank you, Neka. And thank you for having me. My name is Mr. Ihanyi Uchenna Ekeke. Those who know me from scratch prefer to call me Waiting Day. But my YouTube channel is called Rusted Antiquity from Cobweb because I belong to the old. Although I'm not quite old, but I think in the old fashion. That's my fault though. Um, while I was in Nigeria, my first degree was in English and Literature from Abia State University. And as a career, I did a bit of politics, where I was appointed as a state director by the then governor of Abia State, Dr. Ojo Zokalo, when the terrain became very rough due to my inability to compromise on certain issues
Okay.
politically. I decided to take my leave, and that brought me to the UK.
Okay. So
Um,
a
yeah,
little bit, what are you because I know a little bit about you. So what are you presently doing now, and how did you get to, because for me personally, when I looked at your CV and who you are, I know we came to the UK, me and you and some of us, we came to the UK at old age. And I'm gonna call it old age, but it was after 30 years. What made you, because your life story, I'm telling you, your life story inspires me a lot. And I bring to my space people that can inspire other people. What made you decided to go back to school, not just study anything? You decided to study law. What made you? I want people, someone out there to understand and to look at your look at you as an inspiration. So can you help explain that to us?
okay. Thank you so much. You know, life is full of challenges. The one impression I want to correct is that our respective ages are not bound not to go further in any academic pursuit. Because for me as a person, once I stop reading, I strongly recommend that you nail the coffin. I'm gone.
Hmm.
So irrespective of how advanced you think we are, we can clearly understand that some presidents of some countries went back to school even after being presidents. So if they could do that, why couldn't we also have the zeal to crack on academically to ensure that we enhance our qualifications, which will give us that self-actualization in life? So my inspiration is in my bid to better myself, to make sure that I have a professional title and nomenclature attached to my person. And I believe that it will also impact a lot on the world and also myself, because I want to carve out a niche in international legal consultancy
Okay.
from the World Trade Organization and international environmental law. So I want to see, because at the moment I am doing a paid research, which is anchored on using thread as a mechanism to curb plastic pollution. So all
Mm.
these things are what inspired me to go further in my academics, and I'm still on it.
Okay.
Thank you.
You know something, yeah. I know for you where it seems, I mean, for me and you, someone like me and you, where it might look natural, or this is we want to excel in life. But we know that there's some people, Nigerian people or African people, they become so comfort in those menial jobs that they do when they come into the Western world. And we all know that some of them, instead of going back to school, they will tell you, I don't want to go back, I can't go back to school. So let's also appreciate that zeal of excellence in you. You wanted to go back to school. You wanted to do this. Do you understand? And
Yeah,
that's
thank
why
you.
if you're out there and you're someone out there, a young person, what he's telling you is, Mr. Ifani is saying that it does not matter how old you are. It does not matter. You can be anything you want to be. Now, this brings me to the next question. Now, I have a lot of people on my DM. I'm telling you, like, I get a lot of, you know, followers telling me that they want to leave Nigeria. Now, some of them are like in their late age and they're saying, should they Japa or not Japa? And this year, I noticed that this January, these are one of the things because I belong to a Twitter group, and these are the conversation that has been happening. Now, if someone asks you a question, should you or should I leave Nigeria? Based on your experience, and I know you travel a lot to Nigeria and you come back, what is your candid advice, knowing that you know you've been there, you traveled there, and you are here? What would you say?
Okay. Nothing stops anybody from traveling to a country of his choice. Immigration or emigration is a constant phenomenon in life. But the problem is, when you want to travel, what is your intention of traveling?
Hmm.
Even stars oftentimes do relocate if they are not very comfortable where they are naturally placed. That's why we have the shooting stars. So, when should you want to travel, first of all, size up yourself and have a genuine intention for it, because many people have lost their professions by the
Oh.
zeal to travel. Because we are in the UK, you know how regimental the society is. And my candid advice to anybody who wants to travel is, if you don't have a genuine intention to travel, don't dare it, because it will make you to lose a lot of things in life.
Hmm.
Down the streets of UK, I have seen many Nigerian beggars. One of them even confessed to me that he sold his father's property in Lagos and he was promised heaven and earth. He lost his job, he lost his father's property, he lost his comfort, and he came to the UK only to end up as a beggar on the streets of Hackney. When I gave him £10, to him it was like heaven came down. He was crying because he was ill advised. But the problem there is that he never at any point had a good game plan for traveling.
Wow.
You know that before you leave Nigeria, those agencies will tell you that as soon as you go to the entrance clearing officer, they will hand you down a big bag of money. You go into the city and cruise your life. That is an absolute lie.
Hmm.
For you to travel, consider the reason for your travel. Don't come here as a visitor when you are over 30, thinking that one miracle will make you to get your papers any day. That means
Wow.
that you have mortgaged 10 years of your life. Before you get your footings right, you've clocked 40.
I'm telling you. Yeah. Yeah.
And even if you get anything wrong, and at any point you are arrested by the police, it is from there to Lagos.
Wow.
You will lose everything again. So My candid advice to the youth who insist on traveling is this: if your aim is to make huge amounts of money within a short time of your traveling, please avoid the UK.
You know what? Thank you for saying that. When we were growing up, we used to have uncles that live in the UK that can do all these dubious things. People don't understand that the time has changed. Do you understand? You cannot come into this UK and do drugs or do borderline crime. People don't get it, and this is why when people in Nigeria expect a lot from us, they don't understand that we are professionals. The only way you can make money in this country now is professional. Gone are the days where you come into the UK and you hit money and you go and maybe they still do it in the US, but UK is so tight that even their own people, they go up. It's so tight. So I get what you are saying. Yeah.
Sorry to cut you short. This country is highly regimental and conservative. Any day you land in this country is the day you were born in this country,
Wow.
irrespective of what you thought you were before coming. This is a country where you see someone who is a medical doctor coming first and then starting as a dishwasher. You understand? I'm not
UK
joking.
UK will level you. People don't
Do
get
you
that.
know? Did you ever read any book called Gulliver's Travel? Gulliver, down his own end, was the very tallest man, a giant, to the extent that people have to climb on trees to talk to him. But when he traveled, he became the shortest, to the extent that people will put Gulliver on their palm and be talking to him. That
Hmm.
is UK for you. When you
Hmm.
land here, you turn to Gulliver.
Wow.
But back home, we talk of qualifications. Down here, we talk of experience.
Thank you. Thank you so much. People, Nigerians, they say, I used to be I'll talk about myself. I used to be a manager in the bank and I came here. UK leveled me. I had to go back to school like you are doing, or because you even went beyond me. You are doing PhD now. Me, I don't fit do PhD unless I go to MIT. But Nigerians need to understand it's okay to japa, but you must have plan and a reason, and you must plan it properly. I have had
Okay,
people. Yeah,
okay, sorry
sorry.
to cut you short. Let me take us down the terrain of traveling. One of the best ways through which you can come to the UK and survive is as a student. If you are willing to read,
Yeah,
they will give you a student visa that will grant you the opportunity of enhancing your status with time.
yeah,
And that will also cost you a lot. The cheapest school fees you can get from the cheapest university here in UK now will be, within the range of £5,000.
five waiting 10,000
I
if
am
you're
just, I said cheapest.
okay.
I said cheapest. And that is a minimum of 4 million naira. If I should have 4 million naira in Nigeria, and I know my route and terrain, I'll be able to convert it to a good use for myself.
Mm,
I won't
mm,
invest it in coming to the UK to study, except if I just want to grab the qualification and go back home. But if your
wow.
aim is to settle, when you are done with your studies, that is when your clock will begin to tick very fast. Then your next move will be, what will I do?
They don't get it. Because the terrain you're talking about was the route I came in. I came in to do my postgraduate. I left my banking
Me
job.
too.
I was like, okay, I'm going to go back. But when I came here and I saw the peace of mind, like you can wake up and travel by midnight, no arm robber, nothing. I can go to Tesco. I told myself I'm not going back again. Oh. But it is after that 2 years student visa that the wahala of traveling, leaving Nigeria gets to you. You know what happens is in Nigeria where you can have a family friend that can dash you 10,000 naira in the
No free lunch
UK.
here. No free lunch. Uh,
There is
I have a
last.
friend. He came here as a student, but when his own clock started ticking, The only option he had was to join the territorial army
Wow.
to survive.
Wow.
Fortunately for him, he went through all the trainings and was posted as a frontline infantry and was sent to Afghanistan.
Oh my God.
I was his guarantor. If anything should have happened to him, I
Oh,
would
thank
have been
God.
the person they
So he
will.
didn't die. He didn't die. Thank God.
He didn't even go. 2 months for his departure, 2 months of his departure, he was discharged on health grounds. And
Wow.
one of the things this guy keeps telling me every time is that he never knew that this country was like this. He used to live in Dagenham. I used to live in Camberwell. He came to visit me one day and told me that he does not have £1 on him. And I gave him £50. Up till today, he's still telling me that that time I gave him that money, that he never valued it. But now that he cannot give it to someone.
Thank you.
Do you
Thank
understand?
you. Yeah, I know what
People
you're
like us
saying.
slept rough before we could get our footing. Now, when you are done with your academics, if that is why you came here, that is when you have to force yourself to do a lot of things to balance up.
Thank you
Because
so much.
1 minute mistake you make in your immigration status in this
We,
country is
we send
equal
you
to
back.
10 years.
We
Not
send you
10
back.
years. Because what you have to do, like if you overstay by 1 day, it means 10 years.
You
That
cannot
is
get your paper. You can't
Yes,
get it
that is
until you
what
have to
is
go
supposed to
under.
be.
Hmm.
Even if you should go back and
Hmm.
reapply, they will refuse and ban you for 10 years as well.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
and that is why you see some people getting involved in many issues, including marriages of circumstance to settle. You see a
Wow.
30-year-old person getting married to a 75-year-old woman, and you want me to believe it's love. Fine and good, I do believe that. But after
Wow.
critical explanation, you will see that it was simply but circumstantial.
Wow.
So,
We'll talk about we'll get to that level. I think it's that one is another topic altogether because me this year I have made up my I want people to open up their eyes. So I'm gonna have another discussion with you. That is a different ball game. But let me ask you a question. How hard is it to settle? Like how long does it if you're leaving Nigeria? Because this is something that people ask me. I even yesterday night I was on on a chat because I was telling this person I don't want to talk about any immigration issue on the chat with a small girl, and she was asking me how to get her papers. She's already in Nigeria, in UK. She's schooling, but she doesn't want to go back. Me myself, I told her, me when I came, I said I'm not going back. Oh, so I know her, but she's asking me how can she do it? Well, how long? For me personally, I tell people when you leave Nigeria and you go into a foreign land, give yourself 6 to 10 years before you get that your settlement. What do you think? How hard is it to settle? How long do you need to give yourself? And what do you need to do with Nigerian people and their pressure? What do you need to do?
okay, thank you. Number one, if you are over 30 years and you want to travel and come to the UK, be very careful. Be very, very careful. Be worried because you need to have a lot of money to help you. As being you came as an undergraduate, you are doing a graduate course. That will take you 3 to 4 years to finish.
Hmm.
And mind you, as an undergraduate on a student visa, you can only work 20 hours a week.
Yeah.
Except if you are smart enough to get a job that pays you that pays you cash in hand.
Cash in hand. That's why I told the girl, cash in hand.
And
Yeah.
it is difficult for people at this age to give you a job that pays you cash in hand because you need to be insured in whatever you are doing.
Yeah. But
And
Pakistan and Asian people. You know
they
those
are good at
people.
it.
Yeah, they are the ones that still, a UK person, but they won't do it. But Pakistan and Asian people still do it. So if you are watching and you're in the UK, cash in hand. If they catch you, nobody else tell you. But these are the only people that and it's menial job like sweeping and whatever. But some
Extremely
of
many jobs.
yeah,
Some people even go to the extent of going to do freshen up in clubs.
Yeah. Na
The
Ali boy hand ana pe ya pako ana
eke, eke,
beke.
yeah.
Ah, see, oh my God! I saw one of my manager in the bank in a club. When I was in uni in here, I had fun. So I saw her in one of the clubs in Milton Keynes, and she was doing peke. This was a manager that was so pompous. When I saw her, I started crying. I was lucky because
Let
while I
us
was in
let us explain it to people so that they understand what we
okay,
mean by
please
eke.
explain what peke is because we have a lot of people who are going to watch later and they don't know what peke is.
Eke is the system of you as a person going into a club where people are drinking and dancing, and your own enclave is the toilet.
Toilets.
You go inside the toilet, you have your bag, you have your toilet roll, you have your perfumes and everything. You are only there to give them toilet roll and spray them perfume, and they give you money at will.
And if they vomit, like when
You
people
clean it
drink
up.
and vomit, you will clean it
You'll be
up.
dealing with bodily fluid.
Mm,
It won't be
Jesus.
easy. At the end of the night, you may end up making 20, 30 pounds, depending on where you are. If you're fortunate enough to be in the city where people are more generous, then you may end up higher. But it is not an easy job because you are in the toilet breathing all nauseating air in the name.
Mm,
And this is somebody who might have been meaningfully employed in Nigeria,
yeah.
where you have your facial driver and every other thing attached to you. You only came to the UK to end up in the toilet where people are dancing and drinking, and you are there shouting, freshen up yourself. No, you know what I mean? It's just a funny setup, you know.
Let me
And
ask, let's round up with this, because this is a topic that I always want my guests to talk about because most of my guests live in the UK for some time now. My question is, what should be, because me, as a person, I've had family members talk about the fact that, I'm not sending money the way they want me to send. I should come and build house. I should come and buy these. I'm not. Why is it that people, Nigerian people and their expectation, they don't understand us? For me personally, I want to live life. I want to have, travel. I'm not saying I won't send money, but they have this. There was this video I did this week whereby someone was insulting UK people or people that live Obodo Yibo, how we are stingy and how we don't send money. Can you talk about that? Because why are Nigerian people not understanding the fact that when you live in this part of the country or world, there's a way we reason, there's a thing. I love my holiday. I love my being in my
okay.
house.
I don't know how old you were when you realized that Jerusalem was on earth. In those days, we were little. When we hear about Jerusalem, we hear about Bethlehem, we hear about maybe Jericho, Macedonia. We think that they are halfway to heaven. Maybe when you get to Jerusalem, you turn right and go into heaven. You never knew it was on earth.
Mm,
That is
mm,
what people don't know, that UK is one of the hardest cities to survive in.
mm,
So when
mm,
we travel today, your expectations will skyrocket.
mm,
By next year, you'll be expecting him to come in as a UK big. He's not even, I mean, he, he hasn't even settled after 2 years, simply because their expectations are so high that they think that Jerusalem is on the way to heaven. Once you come to the
mm,
UK, you are mad. While I
mm.
was in Lagos, when I got my visa, someone said to me, with this your visa now, you are worth 1 million. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Just a
Mhm.
visa. I've not even traveled. So when I finally traveled, just as you said, people were expecting me to start doing things, start showing off. But
Mhm.
what have you to show off when you can't even afford to pay your bills?
Mm,
Bills
mm,
are chasing you. You have you will be saying that once you get your stay, once you get you are, whatever, that you will blow the roof. But as soon as they give you £1 with, the right hand, they collect £2 from you from the left.
That is
People
that
at
is
home don't understand this. Okay, ask yourself, how much is the house rent for a standard house in Lagos? For someone to be paying 500,000 naira a year in Lagos, he's living at a good area.
Yes, now when I was living in Abramadasaya, I was living in a bungalow on my own. You know that beautiful self-contained bungalow.
Yeah.
I had 3 bedroom and I was paying like 700 a year. So and I was working in a bank and that was like the good life.
Okay.
But in this country, if you convert how much we pay,
Make it make it 1 million a year. Make it 1
okay.
million a year. 1
Mm-hmm.
million a year is not even up to 1 month house rent in UK. This is what you have to pass through. That is assuming you have all your papers right. If you don't, you end up in a box room where you'll be working with somebody else's name, and that person will be extorting you from both sides. You
That
will
is
have to think.
another.
I don't know if you read any book in those days called Sizwa Banzi is Dead.
Yeah. Ready. People don't read now. Of course, I'm a reader. I'm an author now. I have a book.
You
I read a
understand?
lot of books. Yeah.
When you read Sizwa Banzi is Dead, that has a South African origin. But the thing there is that the man called Sizwa Banzi, having died, somebody else took his name to be working and earning money. To the extent that he forgot his name when he was being called on register. Someone had to tell him, is that not you that they are calling? Because that's not his name. So you will have to change your name to adapt into the system because you don't have your stay. So people back home and their expectations should understand that there is a period of settlement for someone who comes into the UK. And that
Wow.
should be a minimum of 5 years, assuming everything goes right. So when they are giving you pressure, please do the much you can. Don't get me wrong. Don't be aggressively stingy. You know what I mean by being aggressively stingy?
Yeah.
Take your time to explain to them that you are like a seed that has been sowed. You cannot germinate, grow, bear fruit, and ripe at that same time. It will
Thank
take.
you. Let me tell what me and my husband said. There's this our friend. He was always talking about how we live in the UK. Ha, 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 ha. My husband said one day we'll buy tickets. He wants to relocate. We'll buy tickets. Get him when we get to the Heathrow. We'll tell him, hey, you don't like you sure you we'll tell him, sure you don't like you sure you don't land. Ngwa, go outside, go and pluck
Start the harvest, the financial harvest.
go and pluck the money. The money is outside though.
Hmm?
Go and
At
pluck
some point
it.
in my life here, I was left with £20 in and out, and I
Wow.
was owing over 2 months' rent. One of the
Please.
good things that happened to me was that I was quitted from that house. I was forced to live in the cold winds of winter. Do
Wow.
you understand? I
Yeah,
hit the
yeah.
road. But after
Wow.
2 days, things changed. I was able to, crack the wall open and fitted myself. It is not easy. Everything here is expensive. When we want to buy a car back home, the first thing we ask is the AC working? When you want to buy a car here, the first thing we check is the heater. You see, different situations for different positions.
Wow.
Because, I mean, if you get anything wrong here, 5 years is the minimum it can take you to resettle. For instance, you're okay, let's do the arithmetic. You came here as an undergraduate because you're talking about youth.
Yeah.
You came here as an undergraduate. That will take you up to 3 to 4 years based on the course you are doing. After that, if you are not able to hook up, then that will compel you to also apply for your master's to continue your stay. And that will take you a minimum of 1.5 years. So how many years gone? Let's assume it's 5.
4 years, yeah.
After that, you will be lucky to be issued a post-study visa for 2
Yeah.
years. After that, that is all they can do for you, except if you want to proceed to your PhD. Post-study work visa is 2 years. How many
Yeah.
years? 7.
Yeah. And you need
If,
and the way they've done it all your education with PhD will not get you to that 10 years for you to get your permanent stay. So there must be a 1 year gap unless you
exactly.
decide to go and marry
Yes,
or
we will come to that.
we'll talk about that one another video. That one is a different thing because me and you are going to have, because I know you're a lawyer, we're going to have a video where we're going to talk about getting settled in the UK. People
Yes,
need
that will
to
be,
understand.
I mean, that will be a different issue. But for
Yeah.
now, have it in mind that without adequate planning and arrangement, that you are coming to mortgage 10 years because, okay, after your post-work, then you can do your PhD, which is a minimum of 3 years, which brings it to 10 years of your life. Think of
Wow.
yourself at 40 and you're
Wow.
only able to settle at 50. How many more years
Wow.
do you have to retire? What have you achieved?
But at the end, because we're not going to end this thing this way, at the end, Japa or no Japa. For me personally, I would say if you have the means to Japa with the condition Nigeria is, Japa oh, but just know the truth. That's why we're telling you, so you
It
can
is good.
prepare your mind.
Sorry to cut you short. It is good we tell them the truth. But at the end, it is also good to take them down the terrain because there's always a way out.
Out. And that comes to what I wanted to say last before we move on to another topic. People don't tell you the way out when you come in. And this
Exactly.
is something that, when I speak in Igbo forum on space on Twitter, I have found out that when we came into the UK, people hide the way. Do you understand? People don't tell you what to do, how to do it, or what needed to be done. People were hiding things. And I think even as we are now, if you go to the Asians, an Asian person will buy a house. They have this GoFundMe and they all contribute money. When one person buy a house, they give another person to buy. For Nigerians, we hide ways. We don't tell ourselves, our people, the way. Why are we like that in Nigeria? Maybe you can, maybe with your legal aspect, explain why we are like that.
Okay. That is, you see, one of the persons you fear most in the UK is a Nigerian.
Hmm.
You know that for sure. Because if he tells you that truth, you are going to create an illegal long queue for the route. Let him succeed first. He can tell you later. Your success in this country depends solely to a reasonable extent on the first few people you met when you landed here. If you are unable to meet the right people, like for instance, if you come here and you met a cleaner, you might end up a cleaner.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you come
Yeah.
here and you met can I say someone who does construction,
Yeah.
you might end up as one. And if you come here and you met a Yahoo gang or whatever they call it, you might also end up as one.
You're
So
right.
the issue is for that person to take time to explain to you, like you said about the Asians. The UK is like they've realized that they've made a mistake by Brexit because they did not realize that there are more immigrants from outside Europe
Than
than
they
from
have
inside.
workers. Yeah.
You understand? The Asians are super strategic in this country. They have permeated into the nooks and crannies of this country's economy. They are climbing the political rungs with, uh, professional commitment. You will see 5 Asians will contribute and buy a house.
Yeah.
5 of them will squeeze into that house.
Yeah.
And they will have their strict arrangement as per work.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, 5 of them will end up as property owners in UK in less than 5 years.
Yes.
simply because they have the trust on each other.
Yeah.
But we Nigerians struggle to trust because we know whom we are. You can decide to contribute money with someone to buy a house today, and tomorrow he'll kick you out.
Hmm. Hmm.
Asians don't do it.
No. No.
Their aim is to help each other grow. That is why in fact, they are the richest, you know, race in this
In the
country.
UK, yeah, yeah. If you go to all of our grocery shops, all of our malls,
It
all
is
of them,
it's either
even
owned by
IT,
Patel
they are all
or
covered by,
iShop
yeah.
or what, they said, why don't Indians succeed in football? And you know the answer? Because if they get a corner, instead of playing the ball, they open a shop.
Oh my God. That Asian model. I've been studying it because I'm trying to write my next book, and I've been looking at the Asian model. Even in my job and what I do, they are taking over education. But Nigerians are known to be good educators. If a Nigerian teaches a class, they know Nigerians are good as teachers. But Asians are the head teacher. That's they're climbing over. And I'm trying to understand the Asian model when it comes to where they live in the foreign world. Maybe two of us will research it and have a discussion about it and
Look
explain
at
to
one of the
people.
models is this,
Yeah.
how they come in. For any Asian man you bring into this country, you have brought not less than 4 people without knowing.
Wow.
What will he do? He will go, as soon as he gets his papers, he will go and marry that person he wants to bring.
From his village, oh.
Yes.
Wow.
And that chain of marriage will continue until they are sure that everybody has. And as soon as you are landing, they are picking you up, they are settling you.
That is it. Yeah.
But we don't have that kind of mechanism. That strategy, Nigerians don't have it. How many shops are owned by Nigerians?
Mm-mm.
We
I
don't
was
have
at
it.
Peckham. I was at Peckham the other day, which supposed to be an African shop. Most of the shops there are owned by Asians now, and I was like,
Yes.
"What?" And they are the ones.
Asians took
They are the
Nigerian.
ones. They are the ones selling Nigerian food for us.
Yes.
Wow.
You hear
All
an
right,
Asian. Yeah, okay, go on.
let's go to another topic. This topic I have been waiting to talk about it. So I'm going to show you a picture, and I'm going to ask you, who is your candidate? I'm not talking
Candidate,
about Biafra yet. Biafra is the last one.
candidate for what, please?
Election is coming. Election is coming. Nigerian election. These are the people that have indicated their interest to run for the election. What is your take about them, and what should the youth be doing?
I can recognize a few faces. Is it possible for you? Okay, let me. I know the man that is putting on the eight Yoruba filler. I know. Is that Osita Chidoka? Is that Ojozo Dele Momodu?
Now that's Dele
Um,
Momodu, Odjus Okalo. This is Moralo. The lady
yeah,
is
Morale, yeah.
she's new. I don't really know her name. That's
This is
Asiwaju. That
Omahe. That's
that is
Togiga.
Yaya. That
Yaya
is
Bello.
Donye Okupe. I used to be his account officer, Donye Okupe. So, is there any possible candidate that we can actually support? Because for me personally, I want to position myself for the election. Now, if you ask me, the only candidate that I can see or two are basically Moalo and Dele Momodu. What is your take?
It's just like asking me to choose from among the devils.
Okay.
But I think amongst many devils, one may be better than the rest.
Okay.
And I think I am highly afraid, going by the track records of the people I have known here. And if I should say that I believe in Nigeria, although my belief there is Kwesai, I don't know if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this is hard.
Hmm.
This is hard. If we have tried Moralo, then I'm not sure he has a track record.
No, he doesn't. He's not a politician. He's
Yes.
just he's not a politician.
Dele Momodu is another guy that clearly understands the political landmark of
Mm-hmm.
Nigeria because he has interviewed a lot of people as a journalist.
Mm-hmm.
I think he understands a lot about Nigeria, but politically he hasn't been given a try as well. But
Do
these
we
other
need
guys,
do we need a politician, or do we need someone that understands the political arena of Nigeria? I mean, for Pius Anyam, what I don't know.
no, that's a no-no.
Okay.
That's a no-no. Every other person there, the only person I believe that may be a bit better is the Ebonyi gang because of what he did in Ebonyi State. If he
That's
can replicate
that's Yaya.
Umahi, no, Dave Umahi,
Okay. Hmm.
he did a lot in Ebonyi State, which are clearly evident. I'm not talking about parties, I'm talking about people and their track records and achievements. For someone like Bola Tinubu, oh my God, even the devil will be afraid of mentioning that name in Nigeria.
But
What do you,
from the look of things, I've been monitoring news. The guy is the Yoruba. They got us where we are now. I'm sorry to say this because I was one of those that was when I started my YouTube channel, and I was one of those that were very vocal about Buhari and said no. But I had a lot of friends who were Yoruba who attacked me, who wanted Buhari. But the point is, what should the youth be doing now? Because we're going to find ourselves having a close to 80 years old guy being our president, and it's as if there is nothing we can do. I feel hopeless. I feel as if there's what can I do as a Nigerian? How do we change the tide and make things better? That's what how can we change things?
the problem with Nigerian politics is that those who own it have abandoned it.
Hmm.
Nigerian politics should be a strict prerogative of the youth.
Hmm.
But unfortunately, these guys, I mean the politicians, have conditioned the country in a way that they will starve you to the extent that you will come begging for bread. And that is what they will use to impose a control mechanism on your mentality.
Hmm. Hmm.
So that you won't be able to speak out. But just like Kenzo Wiwa said, at some point in our life, silence may become treason.
Hmm.
The youth gave these people the opportunity they are using to run them down.
Hmm.
Most of these people we know are super fraudulent. How can somebody build a hospital he cannot attend? You call yourself a minister, you call yourself a governor, you built a hospital you cannot attend or be admitted in for any reason. Whom did you build it for?
Hmm.
You built a school neither you nor your children could attend. Who are you building it for? Simply because you know that the only good project all these governors do is their personal house. When it comes to public facilities, everything is substandard. So I think we should abandon the issue of Nigerian politics now because it is very, very sticky. If I believe in Nigeria, I don't believe in its politics. We are still going about the issue of having a billion van drive into Tinubu's house a few moments before the election, and he still has the audacity to win the support
Audacity.
of people
Audacity.
to be a president of
Hey,
Nigeria.
living in
Someone
the
who is educated.
Boris Johnson is under attack to resign by his own party just because he attended a Christmas party. When
Even the
I
one that
see
even for the one he didn't attend, simply because it was hosted in number 10 Downing Street.
hmm,
You can imagine.
you know,
But
you know,
people, oh God, it's annoying.
the word apart. That when I talk about when I'm on Twitter space, because my husband he has got I talk on Twitter space, and I'm so angry that this is happening in this century and there is nothing we can do about it. That gets me to the next thing. Is Kanu the Messiah?
Oh,
I was gonna go here because we need to know. I don't want you to get yourself into trouble, but what is your take on this Kanu and everything? Do
what
we
kind of
actually have
trouble?
a Messiah?
What kind of trouble do you mean?
Because I pop people, these people can attack people. Oh, I'm telling you, these people
The
I
truth,
them
the
I
truth, the
hmm,
truth is that we need to tell them the truth. Number one, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu hails from a nearby village from mine. I have known him for a substantial time. And I can tell you that he is doing a good job, but not in a very good way. Do you understand?
yeah.
Before I talk about him, I will start from the Montevideo criteria of statehood, which was, included in the League of Nations Charter in 1936. Nigeria as a country is a wrong formation
Yeah.
of Western powers. I don't know if you have read the Bible, you come across the vision or the dream of Daniel, where he saw a statue with a head of bronze, neck of silver, different compositions. That was what exactly the Western powers did to Nigeria. You want to mold a statue, you brought clay, you brought plastic, you brought metal, you brought glass, you brought sand, and you mixed up everything that will make it look so beautiful when it is finished. But you know that these materials put together will not agree for too long.
Hmm.
I'll be a crack.
Hmm.
Plastic cannot agree, with gold.
Hmm.
Neither can gold agree with clay. At the end of the day, you see that your statues will fall apart. You understand? That was what they did, which we
I see
failed
you the link.
to realize as Nigerians. The truth is that we are definitely not one. Think of it. The, the Hausa people or the Fulanis are fanatically Islamic.
Yeah.
The Igbo man is, conservatively egalitarian. The Yoruba person is, also doing his own traditional worship and everything. So why do you want to bring us together as a country? Because you know that we are of different compositions and that we cannot make the center to hold. And the trouble we have in Nigeria is only funding them at the western, side of life.
Hmm.
Okay, take a statistics of the bullets that were shot by the Metropolitan Police of London last year. How many were there?
Hmm. I
They
don't know how
didn't
many
shoot.
there were.
Yeah, they didn't shoot more than 20 bullets.
Wow.
How many bullets have been shot in Nigeria by the police?
Hmm.
Millions.
If we go about that, we talk about the unknown gunmen. You know how it is.
But the
Um.
problem is this: who produces the bullets?
Hmm.
These people don't use what they produce to kill themselves. They produce them and bring them to us to kill ourselves. And our leaders are so myopic and short-sighted that they can't see beyond their nose. Nigeria as a country should not be called a country. It is a conglomeration of, unagreeable tribes. It is an integration of unagreeable constituents. Let's be honest about it. There's nothing to hide. So I am not surprised that people like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came up with this issue of secession at this point. We've even bargained. I mean, IPOP and other people, and one of the promises of the present administration was to ensure that we have this resource control.
Yeah.
You understand? That has
Yeah.
not been actualized. You are funding what you are getting. I mean, You are funding Nigeria from what you are getting from one particular side of it. That was what Wike was saying. How can the oil down south be for Nigeria and the gold in Zamfara is for Zamfara? How can you tell me that you will have the Hizbah police, the Islamic police up north, who will go and arrest people and take their beer, and you leave the Nigerian police to go and be fighting Boko Haram? Why can't you use Hizbah, which is also a religious police, to fight this religious issue?
Yeah. Yeah.
You understand? So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is doing a good job, but not in a very good way. And I will explain. I have the likeness for him. I have a penchant for him. I pity his present circumstance.
Yeah.
But the thing here is this: his strategies deserve reviews.
Okay.
Oftentimes, he fights more with the mouth than with his brain.
Oh, okay.
I once attended an IPOB meeting here in London because I wanted to know how things are being done so that I'll be at a lofty standpoint in my criticism. When I got there, I spoke at the meeting and I came to realize that a lot needs to be done. What are our strategies? Let us think of what Nnamdi Kanu is doing. He has raised many dust in the Nigerian political environment.
Yeah.
About the president, about other tribes, about Igbos, but my question is this: will all these things help him to actualize Biafra? Where is it written in any international convention that if the person sitting in Nigeria is not the person you voted for, that they will give you Biafra? Is it written? Where is it written in any international convention that if these people do not agree with you, that they'll give you Biafra? No. Let us shoot the monkey by, target the monkey from the tail. Now, I asked a question to somebody. I said, okay, thinking about secession from the Biafran point of view is like a change management process. When I was doing my PhD, I went through a change management process whereby you have to understand the barriers to change. Every change system has beneficiaries and losers. Now, I asked them a question. If you go to the freezer now and bring out a triangular ice block, and you were asked to change it to a rectangular ice block, how will you go about it?
It's already, yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
You brought out a triangular ice block and you were asked to change it to a rectangular ice block. How will you go about it?
You have to first of all defroze it and then give it another shape. So you're saying that the fundamental root is wrong.
Yes.
So even if Igbos leave Nigeria, we are losing. Is that what you're saying?
Not at all. If Igbos leave Nigeria, we are winning, and we are winning absolutely. If Yorubas leave Nigeria, they are winning. If the Hausas leave Nigeria, God knows, they will also have to win. You understand? Now you see, assume that ice block. Assume that ice block to be the Biafran nation.
Okay.
Which you want to bring out from the freezer. The first thing you will have to do if you want to succeed in that change process is to first of all build a rectangular base.
Yeah.
If you build a rectangular base, then you unfreeze the ice. When you have unfreezed it, you pour it into the base. When you have poured it into the base, you put it back in the freezer and refreeze it. And that is the only process through which you can get a perfect rectangular ice block.
So we need to go back to the Constitution then.
Not just Constitution. Not just because the Constitution is, okay, which Constitution? 1999 as amended? That is fraud. What we need to do is to, first of all, build our base. It is not possible for us, no matter whosoever, to achieve Biafra or any other nation, yeah, to succeed from Nigeria without the already existing political institution and structure. It is totally impossible. Okay, a simple question. I asked them a question. I said, if Biafra should fall from heaven now and land, whom will you give the leadership to?
That's that's one of the things I think that we are so disorganized that
We don't have a base. That is my question.
Anungwaman will want to be the president, and
We have
Anambra will
no
want to be,
listen.
and
Nneka,
Ikeman will want to be. So
listen.
even we Igbos will fight ourselves.
Listen.
That
That is the problem.
Of course, we will say
now, who will
Soludo should be the president. Then
no,
people will say,
let us relax that issue for now. But you can see how confusing that will be. Why? Because we have not built the base to accommodate the water we want to unfreeze.
So what we should be thinking about is building the foundation.
Good. Nnamdi Kanu had a privilege which no other Igbo man has ever had in the history of Igbo land. Because he has more structure than all the governors put together.
Yeah. His people, look, I've never seen someone being listened
to.
He
has more structure that, you see, at some point in the life of Moses, he cried to God for water. And God said to him, what do you have in your hand? He said, it's a rod, his staff. He said, okay, raise your rod and talk to the rock to give you water. Instead of Moses to raise his rod, he struck the rod. And there was an upsurge that even drowned some people. Nnamdi has a rod, but he's not using it well. Let's be honest.
I'm going to say that because I have also been, because when he was on YouTube, I used to follow him. He was one of those I used to listen to in the evenings. He has a lot of fan base. I have cousins and uncles and in-laws that follow him.
Nnamdi Kanu has the structure, but he's not using.
I'm telling you,
them for the wrong purpose.
I'm not going to say. I'm not going to say it's the wrong purpose. It's the base that you're talking about. It is foundation.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. You mean that if Biafra should come now, glory be to God, I'll be very happy about it. Then you come to Umuahia to tell the governor, if okay, see it, oh boy, make you begin go home, Biafra don't come. Then he will take his suitcase and say goodbye to you. Do you think it's not happening like that?
They will fight you because they are all eating. They are all eating from the center.
That is when you will know that it is easier to get Biafra than to organize Biafra. That organization is what I mean by building that base. We have not built the base. What we are trying to do is to run a state within a state. And where would that leave us? Constant acrimony and infighting.
So let me end this. Let me just get your idea. Biafra is good. It's something that we all should be agitating for, but we need to get the structure right. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
All right. And I also agree with you. I also believe that the Igbos as a nation or as Biafra, we have been wronged so much by Nigeria. I also believe that the Biafran agitation is the right thing, but have we gotten the structure right? We haven't.
Let me cut you short there. I declared before IPOB in the meeting here that if there is only one person left to fight for Biafra, it will be me. But I cannot take the route they are taking because it is very, very cumbersome. You can't land anywhere from there. Let anybody who wants to actualize Biafra go and read the battle between Gideon and AI. Too many people. Think about the Yorubas and Amoteco. No one heard of it. All of a sudden, we just saw them.
It's all coming out, yeah.
But in Biafra, we do everything with our mouth. At the end of the day, simply because we don't have a good structure. Let us get the people involved. And where we need more work than ever is with our riverine brothers. I was listening to Ken well last night when BBC Radio 4 they are trying to, broadcast his poems from prison. I nearly shedded tears.
Wow.
I nearly shedded tears, but this was somebody who did not agree to Ojukwu's, position during the war. What did Ojukwu tell him when his hand registered? Sorry, we were good morning. The confidence register. Your day has broken. Now we need to marry our riverine brothers. We have to have that mutuality with them. Without them, the truth is that we will be somehow, incapable of
Yeah.
calling ourselves a state. Because if you look at the Biafran nation, we are surrounded by
The
people.
structure, the structure, yeah,
You look
yeah.
at the geographical location, we are
Mm.
surrounded by people who don't admire us so much.
Yeah, I know, I know. All right, let's leave politics because you know what? There's so much to talk about politics, and we're going to end this by looking at a video because this thing, one of my editors did this video, and it has gotten me so worried over the past 2 weeks with the incident that's happening in Nigeria. So I'm going to show a video, and I want you to watch it, and let's talk about this craze of ritual killing in Nigeria. What is happening with quick money? There's so much we could have talked today, but I don't want to talk about those things. I want you to please come back another day and we can talk about it. But let's watch this video. All right, let me show you. Oh, hold on, I'm going to move it so that you can see what this guy is saying. So I killed my mom for Benz. If you are jealous of me, go and kill yours too. This is a Ghana guy. I'm gonna stop this. This when I saw this video, I don't know where the youths of nowadays are going to and what is going on. But that guy was actually, are you hearing me?
I can hear
Can you
you.
hear me?
Yes.
That guy was actually saying that he killed his mom for ritual. And my question is, and I keep asking people, what is going on? There's so much video out there of people killing, destroying, plucking eyes. What do you have to say about this? This is our final topic.
There are so many gory issues about ritual murder, but for me, I don't believe that such things work.
Hmm. Hmm.
Somebody told me that they work, and I'm like, how can a human being turn to money when he has not been minted or printed or sent to any, machine?
Hmm.
The thing our people have is nothing but mental laziness.
Hmm.
People don't believe that they can make money without doing wrong. And they seem to emulate the affluent without knowing how they landed in their affluence. Burning your midnight oil and working tenaciously to succeed is a lot better. It's like, okay, let me give you an example. In those days we were at the university, you have an exam to write. You had time to read. Instead of you to go and read, you use that time to prepare your expo. You know what
Oh my
you
God.
know what I mean? Instead of you to read and have it in your brain, you use the time to prepare your expo. At the end of the day, you tend to forget that time you used to write that expo, if you have used it to read, you would have also gained knowledge.
Hmm.
Then you ended up taking your expo to the exam hall. Whatever the question says, you are going to write your expo. That is what you know. You won't even be able to read the question properly. Now you'll be under severe tension. You'll be under severe tension. And if the lecturer catches you, that's the end of the road for you in that course. You are
Yeah.
repeating it. Good. Why? Because you did not read. You use your time for the wrong purpose. Now, this guy who wants to kill to make money forgot that that time is using to plan that nefarious act could have been channeled into a meaningful venture to make him a better person. Just like the student in his school hall writing exam, being afraid of who will catch him, getting the questions wrong simply because he believes in his expo. This guy also, having done such a thing to earn money, will be afraid of even himself. He is not going to let a good sleep at night. You understand? Because at every point in time, there is a guilt on his head. Whether he is alive or dead, it is there. It is unavoidable. I am very poor. And I am very proud to tell the world that I am very poor.
But
But the
you have your
beauty,
peace of mind. You have
but
your
the
peace of
beauty of
mind.
my poverty is that at the end of the day, I will sleep with both eyes wide shut. I am not thinking of anything that is hooking me up to any unknown issue. These things, what they don't realize is that nothing good comes so easy. And the devil is not kind, that kind, that he will do you a favor and leave you smiling. You understand?
Yeah.
It's like business. Nobody in life is in business to make you richer. It is for himself.
Wow.
If you plan to kill somebody to make money, why not begin with yourself?
Wow. No, this guy killed his mom.
That
You
is
know,
what I'm
when
saying.
this guy killed his mom.
So
He
who is he
actually
going to
killed
take
his
dead money
mom.
with?
Huh?
I am even praying to God to bring my own dead mom back. I am praying to God to bring, back my dead dad. I want them to see me at this stage of my life. And a complete idiot, an incompetent vagabond, a moron, a
No, no,
hooligan, a
no
no good
swearing.
boy.
No swearing. No
Yeah.
swearing.
No, no,
But
no,
they
no,
don't
no, no,
take
no.
my video.
Because it is annoying to see somebody coming before the world to declare that he's an idiot. He said it, I didn't. I'm only helping what he said. You understand? It is laughable that somebody will not sit down, plan his life. There are so many things in Nigeria can do to earn money. But just like these guys that do Yahoo or fraudsters, it is better for them to do fraud and earn 5 naira than to do a meaningful work and get paid 10 naira. Because the only thing they believe is good money is that why they were able to outsmart from people.
Other people.
That is what they believe is money. For me, God forbid that. In fact, spare me short video next time, although I didn't understand him.
I'm so, yeah, because I wanted to
You
just
know?
give advice. I know you've been to Nigeria, you traveled to Nigeria, and how is, because for me personally, living in the UK, this kind of video make me not even think of going back home. I'm like, what? Somebody
Hold
can,
on, Neka.
how is it? I'm like, no, no, no. Wait, let
You,
me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me land. Let me land. I'm gonna land because I am in the social media. I see a lot of kidnapping rituals. It is on my face. How do you go to Nigeria? Because I know you travel and you come back. How do you go to Nigeria after seeing all these things? What is your advice? This is my ending. What is your advice to people like me who don't even want to go because of this kind of video? How do you survive in Nigeria with this? I'm serious. I'm serious. It's
I
not
just came
funny.
from that point anyway. Nigeria is one of the best places you can go to, from my own personal experience. And if I go to Nigeria, I remain very local. I don't have time for the big cities. I remain in my village where I am known. That is where I get my relaxation. Understand? Somebody even saw me and was like, "Is this the guy that came from London?" They say, they say, yeah, that's him. Yes, are you sure that this one has been to Moya before? Because I was doing some DIYs. You understand? I was
Mhm.
doing some DIYs, helping myself do some things. In fact, I was packing my blocks.
Okay.
When the woman saw me packing block and they told him that's the guy, and she was like, "What the hell?" This-
Because you did not bring your Benz. Where was your Benz? Where were
I
your
have my Benz. I have my Benz. They call it submarine. It's a 1982 model. I am proud of it. It takes me from A to B. I'm not bothered. It's submarine. That's what it's known as.
Mhm.
You understand? I I am not shoplifted. I don't want to be boastful. I am natural. I don't want to be fake. You understand?
Mhm.
So the thing there is this. I don't believe in ritual killing. What annoys me is the position of parents
Yeah.
when they see their children bringing in such things at home. At my age, you cannot bring anything to my house without a proper explanation of the source.
Yeah.
Your son is not working. He did not even finish secondary school. He has no shop. He has no office. He has no known establishment. And all of a sudden, you see him bringing an intimidating car, started building houses everywhere. You cannot say my son come come.
So are you saying it's all about parenting?
Parenting is the issue. We've lost it there. We've
Hmm.
lost it because you ask somebody, what is your son doing? Oh, mom name ofuma. Ofuma in what? You can do cryptocurrency. Most of us have done it and lost money. It doesn't come like that.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't
I
come
lost
like that.
that crypto. That crypto. If anybody comes near, look, you see that crypto.
That is
If I
that
hear
is their
crypto,
respite now.
I have
They will say
lost so
that they are
money
doing
on that. I
crypto.
wouldn't even tell my husband how much I've lost on that crypto.
Don't tell him. It's a
If
secret.
somebody tells me crypto, I will tell you, God,
I
just
saw
don't tell
I,
crypto.
I saw a Malaysian here, and we were talking, and I said to him, "Are you from Malaysia?" He said, "Yes." So how come you are doing this job when people from my place will come to your own country and make billions of pounds and come home and explode with wealth, build houses? He said, "In Malaysia." I said, "Yes." He was like, he was just like looking at me. What are you talking about? I said, "Yes." People from my country survive only in Malaysia.
So what are they doing in Malaysia? Are they doing drugs? Are they killing people? Because everybody wants to go to Malaysia.
Information available to me, unconfirmed, says that Malaysia is just a respite. You
Wow.
understand? An alibi for them.
Mm.
Before
Mm.
they leave for Malaysia, they've made the money in Nigeria already.
So they've done the ritual.
They've done whatever they want to do
Mm.
because it is easier to get Malaysian visa. They go there, spend few months, come back, and you believe that they made the money in Malaysia. They come home and start to use
Wow.
their
So
illicit
it's a
money.
cover up.
It's a cover.
Hmm.
Now they've run to Turkey. Turkey is not favorable. You
Turkey,
understand?
look, Turkey
And
is
the
a
another
very,
thing,
that will kill them in Turkey.
how the hell do
Turkey,
you want me to believe that you are
uh,
a successful Yahoo boy writing to the white people and organizations to pay you money
it doesn't
when you
happen
cannot
anymore.
even leave a good post on Facebook?
It doesn't happen anymore. Those days of writing those
What
letters.
I'm saying is this: no matter what you write to the white men to pay you money, why is it a problem for you to leave a grammatically correct post on Facebook? Hmm? I mean, I've, I've got their Facebook pages. So once I read it, I'll be like, it's not the kind that does like Yahoo. How come he can't even write well? So how does he write to these
Hmm.
white people to pay him the much they do?
So, but you know what you are saying. So, what you are saying is that so the money ritual works because they that means they do the ritual, they go to Malaysia and they come back and they get the money. So the money ritual works. I'm so confused here.
To be quite honest, I don't believe it works. But seeing that they are having money without doing anything, my question is from where?
I don't know. There was this video I posted on my Instagram. The guy opened his wardrobe, and the money was popping out, popping out, popping out. And I'm like, where
Without a
is this
printing machine.
currency? Eh?
Without a printing machine.
There was no printing machine. He just opened his wardrobe. and the money was like you could see the money physically popping out. And I was like, eh? If it was, this is what social media has turned to, showing these children, and they don't know the repercussion that people. Oh my God, it's crazy.
You
It's
see,
crazy. But you have said it all. It's boiled down to
let me tell you
parenting.
something. Let me tell you something. While I was working at some point, people don't understand how to live this life. I was working at some point at Asda. I met this white guy. He's blind. He came. I greeted him. Are you okay? Are you all right? Are you happy? He said that he's very happy. He said to me, are you happy? I said, no. He said, why are you not happy? I said, because I should be at home now resting and I'm here working. He said to me, be happy you've got a job.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
I said to him, why are you happy? He said, I've got everything I need.
Good.
He's blind. He's blind.
Mm.
He said, I've got everything I need. He said, I've got a roof over my head.
Yeah.
I've got food on my table.
Yeah.
I've got a good family. I've got friends. I've got clothes to put on. What else do I need? Why shouldn't I be happy? I said to him, what car do you drive? He said, that is a want. It's not a need. You understand? I said to him, do you have a Cambridge or Oxford certificate? He said, that is a dream. It's not a need. You understand? Then that was the first man that said to me that some people are so poor that the only thing they have is money, but that he is so rich that he can live without money. He said to me, don't ask me about my eyes. I don't have eyes because I don't need them, but I am not blind. And to tell you that I'm not blind, you are definitely African and probably Nigerian. I was like, what the hell?
Wow.
A blind man said, you are definitely African and probably Nigerian. I froze.
Wow. So they know that Nigerians, I wouldn't do culture. I know,
No,
or what?
no. My fear was that a blind man was able to spot me from my accent.
Oh, yeah, your accent, isn't it? Oh
My
dear.
A blind man was able to spot me from my accent, and a blind man whom I should even be pitiful about is telling me how to be comfortable in life. He
Yeah.
told me the basic needs of life and that he is happy as blind. Why should I not be happy with my two eyes open? These
Wow.
Yahoo boys, these ritualists don't understand what happiness is all about. And what is a happiness? The abstract concrete definition, abstract concrete definition of happiness defines
Hmm.
happiness as the bright flower that springs out from a relaxed mind.
Wow. 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 There's so
If
much
your mind,
wisdom.
if your mind is not relaxed, how can that flower spring out? If you have killed somebody to make money, where will happiness come from? They will never be happy. Please allow me enjoy my poverty. I like it.
Wow. We're going to be ending this discussion by his last word. Allow me to enjoy my poverty. Because some people out there, I have had a lot of comments being made by people living in UK, this is allow me to enjoy my poverty. Now, if you want to be following Ifani, this is his, as you can see, he has a lot to say and his words are powerful. So it's roasted antiquity from Cobweb. He has a lot. He is in school now. Some of his videos he's not been posting, but I know that once he finishes his PhD, we will hear a lot of reasonable and a lot of things from him. So please join him. So please grow his fan base, be part of him. I'm begging you, all of my followers, follow him. This guy is someone that I respect a lot and I do appreciate. Now, this video is going to be on my page and his page. He's going to download it and post it on his page, so on his channel. So you can go there and watch him and support him. Now, I'm going to say, what is your final words to any young person out there trying to make it in life Can you just say the final word before we close?
Consistency, diligence, honesty, and endless striving. Have a focus and go for it. But don't forget that progress is built on negation. Don't ever think that, don't ever feel comfortable at your zone at any point. Always strive to improve. Try to be professional in whatever you are doing. And have it in mind that you can make money without doing anything wrong. Chase your
Wow.
career, go for it.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you. Zara said she has already joined you. She's now your member.
Thank you.
Please, Chinyere,
Thank you.
everybody that have watched this video and you like the way he was dissecting and talking, please, please, I'm going to talk to Lisa, Dawn, my sister-in-law. Thank you so much for joining me. That's my husband's brother's wife. Thank you so much for joining me. Oh, we have someone joining us here. Hello, Papa Spice. Thank you for joining us. Oh my God, I'm
Hello
so
there.
happy. Hi. In fact,
That's the postcard from MK.
yeah. I'm so happy.
MK.
You know what?
You thinking, yeah.
I think is it glitching? Is she on? Oh, hi, you go. How are you? Hello. Hi.
It's
I'm
like
gonna.
it's muted.
Yeah, I think. Are you muted?
I'm just, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you for having me.
You heard everything that we said. Which
I
of these?
didn't.
Oh, you didn't. Oh
Oh,
my
I
oh,
didn't.
God.
oh,
I
sorry, sorry,
didn't.
we
We
missed it. Sorry.
listen. We have been talking for the past 1 hour 30 minutes, and we rounded up with ritual killing in Nigeria. That's the bit that's because this week we have had close to 3 or 4 videos on ritual killings in Nigeria. The last video I showed people was a little boy who killed his mom and bought Benz. Yes, so he bought Benz.
Ordinary Benz.
He bought Benz.
According
And
to my
he,
people, who first buy, now buy old motor.
na
That's
na
all now.
wow. And he was advertising it and saying, kill your own mom and buy Benz.
No.
I'm telling you. I
You
don't know
see,
if you can, because I know you're a mom. I don't know if you can come in there.
it's very disheartening what's going on. I actually had a guest here, I think in August or September from Nigeria, and he was here in my house. And when he went back after about 2 weeks, his brother-in-law had tried to kill his mother-in-law for money ritual. So I know somebody who has experienced that
But does
firsthand.
it work?
Well, I don't know for them, but you see, we have a country where people are looking for miracles. Even the churches are doing voodoo. Everybody's looking for miracle. Nobody's teaching you how to walk. How can able-bodied young men and women, Monday morning they are in the church, afternoon the church, evening they are in the church? That's my help allocate you. Where will your help allocate you if you don't have where you're working? After all, the same Bible said, a laborer deserves his wages. How will you get wages if you do not labor? You see, I was saying to my husband, I was giving him an instance when I was in uni. Somebody bought me a one loader CD player, one tiny thing. I couldn't take it home because I could not explain where I got it from.
Hmm.
That's
So
it.
now you have parents, your daughter is in uni, your son is in uni, he comes back with a formatic or even a keke napep. He does not work. Then instead of you as a parent to say, where have you got this money from? You're going to do, thank you for saving me. Thank you, my Lord. He has done to me. He has done for, what has he done for you? He has done for you an armed robber. He has done for you a ritualist. He's done for you a prostitute. What has he done for you? And if your neighbor, Mama Ngati, will come and say, "Nne, what is your daughter working now?" You say she's jealous. She's jealous of your own good
All the
fortune. So
more
it's
for
garbage
more.
in, garbage out. It's the values that we are giving, that we're getting.
Wow.
It's simple. It's garbage
I
in, garbage out.
remember,
What
I
are
remember
your
that
home?
I remember that I bought a camera, a PI-052 camera of those days. I was afraid of my father to the extent that I went and buried that camera behind the house.
Oh,
Because
you're in the same boat. I told you my
yes,
one pager, my
I
one
want to,
mega
because
TV.
I didn't
I
want
bought
my
it
father,
from
because
Mega Plaza.
if he asked me how I got the money, I
You
must have
can't
done
explain
what
it.
I believe that he won't appreciate. So I didn't want to tell him.
I had a boyfriend who bought it for me, and I couldn't take it home because I could not explain it to my parents. In fact, my mom was living abroad. My father was not even in the same town with us. I could not explain it to my senior brother. Forget my parents. This is now my senior brother. The day I managed to summon the courage to take it home, I was hiding it through the backyard, through the boys' quarter, navigating my way how to smuggle it into my house, and I was still caught
No,
by my
You know,
brother.
let me say something. You know, the
the word
story
is wrong.
of the girl that was in Jos that was killed. This girl on Christmas Eve left the house to be with a boyfriend. Apparently, the boyfriend killed her and plucked. I don't know if you guys saw that news. It's on my news
I saw
website.
it.
When I was reading the mother's comments today, because I told them to do the news today, the mom says that she normally leave the house and comes back the next day. I was like, oh, I know.
Normally,
So she has
normally,
normalized it.
Wait,
She
let me
has
tell you.
normalized it.
normally.
In my
So what are we
house,
talking about?
my dad, if it's 5:30, 6 o'clock, you are not back home. They are locking you out of that house.
No, Nega, let me tell you my own. You know, when I was even in the uni, and in the uni, I was a big girl.
Yeah, big girl.
My
Yeah.
coffee at home was 7 p.m.
Oh,
Anywhere I was, I needed to be home at 7. In fact, there were days I would come after 7, quarter past 7 to 8. I will get a beautiful slap by my mother. You know, so for and in my house, I went to an all girls school, secondary school. You know, holiday. You will have boys coming to visit. So my parents were not like you can't come. No, they will come. You ring the bell, you come in, you sit down with my parents. If we're eating, they offer you food. Anything we have, they offer you. But they will ask you, who is your father? Who is your mother? What do they do? Because they want to know who their child is talking to, who their child is friends with. My son, he's 15. When he says, oh, mom, can I go out with my friends? I say, I want the name of their parents.
my mom,
I
my
want to speak to them on the phone. He said, mom, that's weird. I said, well, it's not weird. It's for my own peace of mind.
my son calls me an African crazy mother. I said, yes, that's what I am.
I don't mind. Honestly, I don't mind because, like the other day, he went to Watford on the train by himself because even my husband is saying that I'm sheltering him too much. He needs to be able to do things for himself. So he went. I said, okay, when you get there, take a picture with the boy. I need to see what he's wearing, just in case if I start looking for you, then I'll be able to say this is the boy he went to see. That is what he was wearing, and this is where they are supposed to meet. And my son was like, okay, mom, but it's weird, two of us taking pictures. So he sent me the boy's picture. I said, okay, good. And to be honest, the previous night we had spoken to the boy's parents
Mhm.
to be sure that they knew that the children were going to
They're
meet up
coming.
and what was the plan, what time would they finish, and how are they meeting up. The other boy's father was going to take him, but my husband insisted I should let my son take the train and go. And Watford is half an hour away from me by train.
Yeah,
But like I said to people, it is what we give that we get.
parenting.
If you're not kind, your children will not be kind.
Yeah,
If you're greedy, your children will be greedy.
yeah,
If you're entitled, you're going to also raise entitled people.
yeah.
Some of us also raise entitled people unconsciously trying to, you know, overcompensate, or should I say, giving into instant gratification for ourselves and for our children. So for me, the issue of being rituals and all of that is a simple thing. Our workforce and is the crop of our youth. Everybody is either looking for miracle in the churches or quick money in the rituals and the whatever they would think will give them those monies. But you see, old fashioned hard work never goes out of style.
Yeah, so
It's not fashionable, it never goes out of fashion.
yeah,
So
so
for me, when parents say, my son came back with a traumatic for Christmas, fantastic. What does your son do? If you can't answer that question, then know that you're a candidate for a potential, either you being you or any of your other children or your own grandma. You know, it's they start from the family. After all, they'll say, or the Nollywood we watch, they'll say, go and bring somebody important to you. You cannot, your girlfriend cannot be important. First of all, your mom is important to you. And if you're that desperate, you actually go and I said, this man that was in my house, his brother-in-law actually took his mom.
The thing
jeez.
there is this: we need to condition our mind. We are not poor, we are not rich. Wealth is a state of mind. You
Exactly.
understand? So when you see wealth as an ultra-modern and superstructured edifice, when you see wealth as an intimidating 4x4 jeep, when you see wealth as a shopping mall or hostage, or hostel, that is what will be propelling your mind towards its achievement. But for me, one man in my village built a house. It's not a very good house. It's an old-fashioned, 4 rooms and a parlor at the middle. And do you know what he wrote on top at the lintel? The beauty of home is peace. It's not a very good house, but it's beautiful because there is peace inside. So our children have been ill-oriented from us, the parents, because, okay, I'll tell you a story about myself. When I was a little boy, my mom used to beat me left and right. I am the only son and last born of a family of 5. He will always tell me, look at this boy, he's always by his mom. You are jumping about, I don't know where you are going. She will give it to me. You understand? I struggled to survive. I wasn't given, in fact, as the only boy, as only son, people expected me to be petted. I didn't receive, in fact, I never had a toy. And that propelled me into manhood or adulthood. Now, that boy's mom is telling him to look at me.
Hmm.
You understand?
Yeah.
He is somewhere in diaspora where he has been in and out of, you know, jail or whatever. And you see, simply because being so close to the mom built his expectation and gave him a different definition of what worth is all about.
No, I wouldn't say she did that. I would say that he gave him everything he wanted at that time. And we
Yes.
are also guilty of that because sometimes you're giving your child everything they want. They become very entitled. They have no sense of working for it, saving
I will,
for it.
if my child asks me for anything, what I normally ask him or her is, do you need it or do you want it?
Yeah.
If he or she says, I want it, you're not having it.
Yeah.
I mean, you are not having it.
Yeah, because that's what we're saying.
You
We
must
have
need
become
it.
a society. Our with the reality shows and everything, we become instant gratification. You want it and you want it as the hot.
No, 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 no. You don't
You
want
want it
anything.
now, now, now.
You always need
And
it.
then we also have a big problem with conspicuous consumption. Everybody wants to wear the latest designs, the latest, the hot cars, everything. Everybody wants it all. Everybody wants good things. But you also need to want the good things commensurate with your income,
Yeah.
commensurate with your output. So you cannot go and sit the time that you should go and farm. You go and sit in one church, and pastor will talk to you from morning to night, and your father bring down my helper, bring down my helper. Your helper may be the person that when you sell the pineapple to, he will be the one to process it and give you foreign exchange. But in the church, you're not going to get that helper because you need to have been in the farm, farming that pineapple, ready for export, and earning foreign exchange. Or you should have gone to your office, sat in the office 9 to 5, fill your paper, move it up and down, and get paid at the end of the month. But none of us, a whole lot of us, don't even want that anymore. I want a G Wagon. What do I need to do for a G Wagon? Like my friend, you're driving a G Wagon. cut soap for me. That's
That is
the
is that pot soap? You know,
uh
last year, I
not
had
that
that
soap.
pot soap. It was so annoying. What
Yeah,
is pot soap for me?
the soap when I dey cut, that is 12 hours have been cooking. So I have cooked for throughout the night till about 4 p.m. today. That's my own soap I'm cutting. So if you sit down and then you come to me and say, Ogonwa, I better cut, I go show you my kitchen. That's where I'm cutting the soap.
Ma ọ bụ iri m fim?
One time,
Ebe
they
egwuregwu
get it.
fim?
Yeah, they do Nollywood. So, but you see, a whole lot of people don't want to
Flies,
do the work. They
no.
don't want to do the work. That's the problem. And our parents, and I cannot stop calling the parents because if your children come home with things, I remember in boarding school, in class one, a house captain took my sports skirt and I wore her own. And then I forgot and I went home in her sports skirt, right? I got home, my mom and her friend, they were talking, and auntie says, Ugonwa, oh, Shimi kill you. I said, no, auntie, no, it's not Shimi. I'm wearing a sports skirt. My mom said, no, that's not your sports skirt. I said, yes. My house captain took my own and I took her own. What did I get? A slap. I was supposed to go back to school the next day. My mom took me back to school that same day to go get my skirt. And if you know some people I went to secondary school with, my name is Ugo. Everything on my every uniform I had. My mom had day pass man. He's a printer. He had my name written as Ugo, clearly printed on anything I had. So throughout my secondary school, if you hear anybody call me Ugo, now know that that person has known me for over 30 years because my Ugo started in JS1. And when I say these things, even in our house, we don't share clothes. My mom buys your own, you wear your own, your brother, so you stay with your own. It's in this adulthood that I will go to my sister's house and I see something I like and I'll say, ah, sis, give it to me. But growing up, we didn't do that. Everybody had their own clothes.
That's content.
You
That's
have to wear your own.
establishing. Yeah, contentment. You need
Yeah,
to be contented with what you have, not looking at some other people's stuff, isn't it?
yeah.
Anyway,
And
um,
why
okay.
we have all this going on is because even parents, I've seen people where their children have gone abroad. He does not have a degree. He has not learned barbing. He has not learned shoemaking. He has no handwork. Then he goes abroad. Then after 3 months, he called the child and said, hey, yeah, do you know that Emeka that went last week has already started building house? Unnecessary pressure. You're putting pressure on this boy who probably has no house, probably is running from every night to find somewhere hang for the week and then continue. He's also running from police, he's running from immigration, he has no papers. Then you push him with the pressure. Ah, we sold land for you to travel. All of us are waiting on you. We are dying here. And funny enough, most of the time, these people that say that they are dying, they are enjoying money there. Now, this boy or girl is either going to do drugs or do prostitution. And looking at the environment they left coming to their abroad, they now they are desperate. They're on the streets. They will do anything. And their mothers and their fathers and their kindred is calling every day. Ngozi went to Italy last week. She started building house yesterday. Ugoma went to London 10 years ago. She hasn't bought a car. There are different stories. Do you understand? So when
Oh
those
dear.
kind of pressures come, and if you don't have the mental strength to say no, I'm not going to go into crime to fund that, then you're in a position to go and find cleaning jobs, go and find care jobs, whatever you can do, and stay safe. Why I was saying to my husband yesterday when I was reading one of these blogs, and we have how many Nigerians, a girl in particular, in India with 1 kg of heroin. And I said, why is it that we have people on death row in Malaysia, Indonesia? You actually know the outcome. It is clear. People before you have gone. The death penalty is anything drugs is death penalty. Whether it's planted on you, you carried it carefully, you knew about it, you didn't know. Your final outcome is death penalty. Yet, as you see number one, you will carry 10 kg of cocaine and head to Asia. Carry it to Indonesia,
Oh
carry
my
it to
God.
Vietnam, carry it to Philippines. They catch you. You're not coming home.
You know
You're
what?
in
Yeah,
jail. You're in jail. That's your family that sold land to send you. And now looking for money to find a lawyer for you.
fine. Yeah. You know, if we go, well, thank
It's
you
a
so much.
vicious, it's a vicious cycle.
Yeah, I know. Thank you so much for coming. I do appreciate and thank you for all the support. And if I thought we're going to stay only 1 hour 30 minutes, I spent 140. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to first of all say that Ugoma is also training to be a lawyer. So when you're talking to lawyers, you just have to give yourself allowance and allowances. So please join Ugonwa's page, join Ifanyi's page. I'm going to try to create another next week. I'm having someone from banking industry to talk about career. Next 2 weeks, I'm having someone from education to talk about scholarship and traveling to the UK to get to school. So I'm trying to build up a lot of topic this year. But Ogonwa and Ifanya, I thank you because you guys give us that perspective and that parenthood opportunity. Thank you. I think Ifanya wants to go now. If I just thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, you're welcome, my dear, for
You.
having me.
Yeah, Ugonwa, thank you so much. Please, if you go to this video, will be on Ugonwa and Ifani's page. Ugonwa is Purple Spice, and I showed you guys. I am Ugonwa is her YouTube page. She's very vocal, and her, you know her, she just says it the way it is. The same thing with Ifani. I'm gonna be closing off now. Thank you. I'm gonna just log both of you out. Thank you so much
Okay.
for joining me.
Yeah, do
God
have a
bless you. All right. So, guys, I am going to be closing and I'm going to say thank you, everyone that joined me today. There's so much topic that we can talk about. This video will be on Twitter, it will be on YouTube. I'm going to advertise it because there's so much we have said today. It's going to be on Facebook, it's going to be on LinkedIn. I am making it viral for people that came in from Pakistan, from Nigeria, from the UK. I want to say thank you. If you have anything to say or you have a topic or you have a business that you want us to talk about, please reach out to me. I want to talk to Nigerians who are professional, who have something to say. Now, please join Ugonwa. She's Purple Spice. This week, I ordered her suya. Man, it was lovely. The person that ate the suya is still talking to me about that suya. Please patronize her. I've been begging her to please do Valentine's show for me. I'm looking forward to go and dance with my husband. So please, Ugonwa, if you are hearing me, I am still waiting for you about that Valentine. If not, whenever you and your husband come to London, please let's hang out. This year, I want to hang out with friends. So let's hang out. The last time you guys came to London, I missed that hanging out when I was looking at a ruju of my dad. So now I want to hang out. Thank you for everyone that supports my channel. If there's anything you guys want me to do, please, please, please reach out to me. We are here to help each other. Now, for those that have won my reward for today, I'm going to give it to Chinyere. Chinyere has been on since we started and she's still commenting till now. All right, please, Chinyere, you must first of all join Ugonwa's YouTube and Ifanyi's YouTube. If you do that, send me the Snapchat that you have subscribed to both of them, then I will give you your reward. All right, guys, thank you so much. Thank you, Abba, my president, or my ESCO, my alumni. Thank you for watching. God bless you. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.